Warning. This show contains adult political themes and language. Liberals and little children should cover their ears.
Welcome to Liberty Never Sleeps, where negativity never sounded so good. Now here's your host, Thomas Purcell.
We had to restart the show. You won't know that at home, but we had to restart the show. We're on the beam now, aren't we?
Yes.
Okay. Today's the beginning of Comic-Con. For those of you who don't know, July 24th, the last weekend in July, is the Comic-Con event in San Diego, California. This is when all the fantasy, comic book, things like that, manga, they all get together. I used to go to Comic-Con. I haven't been to Comic-Con in a while, years. It's a lot bigger now than it was when I first went. It was kind of like a sideshow. Now it's a whole thing. It's where a lot of these movies and comic book events and they start showing their previews for everything that's going to happen next year or in the upcoming year. For instance, they're going to show previews of the new Superman versus Batman movie. That stuff will all turn up on YouTube in a few days, you know.
Right.
So, I mean, you have a few stories there about it, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Darth Vader is polling higher than all potential 2016 presidential candidates.
Is that a Rasmussen poll or?
That's in Washington Post. So
you know, they usually do these kind of stories on the first day of Comic-Con because they start talking to all these guys down there, and they're all in costume. And you should see some of the pictures that are starting to come out as some of the people arrive. One of the things they had one time was they had the Iron Man girls. And a lot of people dress up in costumes and things like that. So it's a big event.
The Iron Man girls?
Yeah, a couple of years ago they had the Iron Man girls, and it had these girls in like iron bikinis, and it was like the Iron Man plates. Only they were anything but men. These were. I have a picture of it somewhere.
Yeah,
I should post it to Facebook.
About you have a picture of it.
Oh, I do. I had a lot of fun. I've had it before. This is before I met Annie. I had a lot of fun.
Right.
I had a lot of fun at these Comic-Cons. I have my own, I have Jedi robes for when I go to Halloween and Comic-Con and things like that. I haven't done that in many years. But still, this was a big event. Now it's gotten to the point where you can't even get a hotel room in San Diego to go to these events. They book out so far in advance. Usually, if you want to go to Comic-Con for, let's say, 2015, which is going to be a huge one because Star Wars 7 is coming out next year. If you want to get a room for that, you got to start booking it like later this year. It's that bad. It's that hard to get a room anywhere.
Oh, it's definitely a big time subculture out there, Tom.
Oh,
because my daughter is at one time for sure was heavily into Comic-Con.
It's not subculture anymore. Science fiction and fantasy and comic books used to be a subculture kind of backroom thing, the darkened room with the teenage kids, but it's pretty much mainstream now when you think about it. I mean, in the movie theaters, what are the big movies? The big blockbuster movies are Marvel comic movies and action movies and science fiction movies. And that's only been within the last 5 to 10 years, really. I mean, it used to be when you got a sci-fi movie or something like that, or comic book, they were so low budget and so low rent, the studios wouldn't invest in it. Now they're big $300 million productions.
Right.
And they're the only movies that people are going to see. There was a story. I know this is like kind of off the beam, off the what we talked about in the pre-show. But there was a story that people just aren't going to the movies anymore. The box office this summer was dismal.
Right.
Compared to other years. And we were talking about it, and we were saying, the reason, I don't go to movies anymore except for the big movies is because, you got Netflix and you got your home theater.
Yep.
Really, do you really want to see a tearjerker and then spend $50 to go see it? You know, some
Well,
chick flick.
sometimes, Tom, as a guy, you don't have a choice. If you've got a woman in your life, you have
Well,
to.
I have a woman in my life. It's just that you're dating her and still trying to get in there. You know, if once you're
I'm
settled there,
living with the woman. I'm not just
okay.
dating
Well,
her.
once you have an established relationship,
Yeah, I think it's established at this point, Tom.
you can say, I don't want to go see that chick flick.
Tom,
Let's wait for it on Netflix. I don't want to spend
I'm not-
$20 on that.
Yeah, I'm not talking about you and I specific. I'm just saying, in general, a guy, if you're dating some woman or you have a woman or a love interest in your life, you're going to go to that tearjerker whether you want to or not.
No, you're
because-
not.
Yes,
No,
you
you're
are.
not.
Oh,
I
you
don't.
are. Right.
I don't.
Never-
If
yeah,
he
you
wants
never
to go
did?
see that, no.
You never. But when you
Oh,
met
I didn't say I never did. I've
no,
changed.
no, no. That's what I'm talking about. There's a point in your life where you're going to do that.
And there's a point in your life you reach that you don't
Well,
have to.
sure, absolutely, Tom.
Right. And I'm at that point. I feel sorry for you that you're not at that point. That you
Well,
still.
I'm at that. Believe me, Tom. If Annie turns around to you and says, "Hey, I want to go see this tearjerker," and she puts her foot down, Tom, you're grabbing the car.
I got
keys and
news
you're
for you.
going.
No, we don't have that
Uh-uh.
kind of relationship. She doesn't
Okay.
ask me to do things. I'm telling you right now.
Okay.
I've reached a point in my relationship or my life.
Are you, Tom?
Yeah.
Are you trying to say you wear the pants in this relationship?
Actually, I don't wear the pants, but the reality is that on things like the movie, is it comes down to I don't have to do stuff. She doesn't ask.
So Annie, wait a minute. Annie gives you a pass on tearjerk movies.
Yes,
She's a
on chick
sweetheart.
flicks.
I like Annie a lot. Then if
She
gives
does,
you a
and you know what the
pass.
best part is?
So that's not you, Tom. That's her. She's still
And you-
dating.
yeah, she's still in dating mode. That's what it is. And
Uh,
you know the best part is she likes the sci-fi and action movies as much as I do.
Oh well, good. Then you guys are a
She
good
doesn't
match.
drag me. I've been very careful with my final selection in life.
Hey, can I get back to this story, Tom, or do we have
Yeah,
to
we
pontificate
can get back.
some
No, we can get
Okay.
back to it.
more? Okay,
Comic-Con.
here's
Darth
the rating.
Vader.
Here's the ratings, the 2016 candidates, net favorable ratings. Okay, this
Yeah.
is funny. Luke Skywalker comes in number 1.
How does a
Han Solo-
guy? Wait. Time
okay.
out. Before we go
Okay.
any further,
Mhm.
how does a guy that wants to spend a time at Tashi Power Station with power converters and his friends rate higher than Emperor Palpatine or really accomplish something in life? How does
Well,
that happen?
I'm glad you brought up Emperor Palpatine. I'll get to there later. Hold on. Luke Skywalker's number 1. Han Solo number 2. Yoda number 3. I don't think that's really all that is surprising. They're real
No,
close
I
in their
can see
numbers.
Yoda
They're all
up
real
there.
close. They're all real close in their numbers. They're up there. Okay.
I think
Um,
people. Yeah, speaking of Han Solo, I think people should be more like Han Solo, right? I mean,
Well,
think about it. Have you ever seen the movie Empire Strikes Back?
Yeah.
Okay, Han Solo.
He's a rogue. He's a rogue.
Not to go off topic, but
Oh, of course not you, Tom.
I think people should be more like Han Solo because what does Han Solo do? Han Solo, he gets all dressed up to go to dinner with the princess, right?
Mhm.
And he's like ready. He figures have dinner, meet with my friend, have a few drinks, have a few laughs, then go back, make love to her hotness, right?
Mhm.
And the
Right.
door opens and it's Darth Vader, right?
Right.
What does Han Solo do? He doesn't run. He doesn't yell for help. He doesn't, look around incredulously. No, what does he do? He draws his gun and he starts shooting the motherfucker.
Right.
That's Han Solo.
Right.
The door opens, Darth Vader takes his gun out and starts shooting.
Right.
People need to be more like Han Solo.
Self-preservation mode needs to override.
Absolutely.
Right.
Need to be men. That's what
Yes.
Han Solo is.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
So go on with the story.
Okay. So we got the first 3: Skywalker, Solo,
Right.
Yoda. Then number 4, and at a distant number 4.
Jar Jar
Okay.
Binks.
No, Darth Vader.
Darth Vader.
Okay,
Darth
he's
Vader
number
rated.
4, but he's not even close. Skywalker, Solo, and Yoda are like neck and neck. They've got
Yeah.
like a plus 80, then it goes to a plus 100. So between the two, those 3 are probably like a plus 90. And then Darth Vader is like a plus 30. So he's way far down there. And then after you get Darth Vader, you've got Boba Fett, and then you have Hillary Clinton. Boba Fett and Hillary Clinton
It's
are
Boba
neck
Fett.
and neck. They're turkey neck and turkey neck. They're right
It's-
there.
Turkey neck and turkey neck. Where does Jabba read?
Well, hold on. Then you got Mike Huckabee, okay? And then you've got
Huckabee?
Then you got Rand Paul. then you got Marco Rubio,
Huckabee.
and then you've got Emperor Palpatine.
A Baptist minister rated above Palpatine?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yep.
That's horrible.
Clinton, Huckabee, Paul, and Rubio all ranked higher than Palpatine.
Where did Nickelback rank?
Oh, hold on. This
Way down,
I
right?
think Nickelback's probably in the negative.
Yeah, they're actually rated below Congress, right?
Actually, it stops at Congress. Congress
stops at Congress.
Yeah, Congress is a negative 60.
Oh, jeez.
Okay,
Oh
so
my
here we
God.
go. Hold on. So we got Marco Rubio, Palpatine. Then you got Paul Ryan, Rick
Yeah.
Perry, Bobby Jindal, Barack Obama, Elizabeth Warren, Andrew Cuomo, Ted Cruz, Scott Walker,
Ted Cruz rated lower
Yeah. Yep.
than
Hold on.
Elizabeth Warren?
Right.
How does that happen?
Then there's Chris Christie, and he's just a sliver above, like, even, like, not negative, not just barely in the positive.
He's
Then you
in the
got-
Jabba the Hutt range.
Right. Then you got Martin O'Malley, he's negative. Jeb Bush is negative. Joe Biden's in the negative. Rick Santorum's in the negative. Jar Jar Binks is in the negative.
Well, that's understandable.
John
I mean,
Boehner,
Jar
of
Jar
course.
Binks.
Nancy Pelosi's in the negative.
Okay, don't
Harry
read the
Reid.
entire list.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to. We're almost done.
Well,
Mitch
we're
McConnell,
out of time
Mitch McConnell.
already.
Well, good. And then we're at Congress at the minus 60. So anyway, that's the that's it in a nutshell. And it was done by 5:38. 5:38 released the results of the poll.
Who the hell is 538?
I don't know. That's quoted from
Whatever.
Washington Post.
Emperor Palpatine is more popular than Hillary Clinton. Well, that's understandable. I mean, the guy shoots fire and lightning, right? And has a lightsaber. I mean, anybody with a lightsaber is automatically pretty high on my list.
You sure Hillary Clinton doesn't have a lightsaber too?
No. I know she's got the helmet like Vader. I've seen pictures of it.
That's Aquanet.
Oh, is that Aquanet? Oh, okay. All right. She's got the glasses now, though, right? She's got goggles. So she's on her way to Vader. You know, the dark side is really hard on your body.
That's funny.
That's what they say. You know, I can imagine, I can see Barack Obama around the table and doing the force choke thing. Remember that scene in Star Wars where he goes, I find your lack of faith disturbing, and chokes the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see Obama doing that, being that kind of a president. He's that kind of a president. He's that
Oh,
kind
absolutely. Absolutely.
If you cross Obama and you piss him off, he's going to choke the hell out of you.
Yeah, he's vindictive to say the least.
Right. I mean, there's no question in my mind that he looks for an excuse to screw you over if you've crossed him.
Right.
He'll find some way of, making life difficult for you.
Well, he's the all or nothing president. You're either all the way in or you're either with him or you're against him. There's no in between with him.
No. And it's funny because that's what Darth Vader is kind of known for, right?
Sure.
Being that kind of a person. And yet yet Obama on that poll, if you look at that poll, actually rates higher than some of the people that are else on the list. So Darth Vader was doing that as a PR move. That's
the
where
thing about Darth Vader, I remember, is the guy reports to him of a failure in part of whoever they were trying to capture at the time. I forget exactly. And he goes and he reports to Darth Vader, and he says, and he apologizes. And the next thing you know, you see him falling to the ground. He's choked. Apology accepted. And he walks away.
There's a few people I'd like to do that to.
Yeah.
I've often wished I had that force choke power with some of the people in my life. With my post office guy. Not to bring up an old topic, but
Tom, the idea of you having that power scares me.
Yeah, it should.
It does.
It should. If I ever get that ability, there are a lot of people going to be walking around with my hands around their neck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's more than a few people on the evening news going,
The evening news.
Rachel Maddow.
Oh, don't get me started.
Chris Matthews. It's like I find your lack of faith of conservatism.
Well, the libtard media, come on, they're libtards. You can't, they can't help themselves. It's a mental illness, Tom.
It really is. We got to go to commercial break.
Already, Tom?
It's 19.8 minutes. We got to go.
Okay.
Put your swim trunks on. We got to go to an ad.
All right.
And when we get back, we're going to talk a little bit about more serious matters now that we've completely massacred. We've massacred that Comic-Con story, which could have been interesting.